dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So with the new update Koumei and the 5 Fates, we've gotten a lot of changes to items in the game. Today we'll be discussing new builds for the Diriga Sentinel, Koumei Warframe, the newest Warframe, and the Magistar with the Galvanized melee mods. This combination of items is extremely powerful, and I used it for level 10,000 Void Cascade. So we'll be going over that footage as well. So let's get right into it. Before we do though, make sure you're subbed to this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads, news videos, discussion videos, all that kind of stuff, farming guides. You're in the right place for Warframe content. Thanks for all the support on the recent videos. And streams too. I do live stream if you want to come stop by that. Alright, so we got the Magistar normal, and we got the Diriga normal. There's no Diriga Prime. And we got Koumei, the newest frame. Now as far as what we're doing here, we're going to be using a lot of stuff to make it where we don't have to worry about her Decree RNG, because my RNG was pretty bad when I played her. So basically, Koumei can get decrees in mission to varying degrees of difficulty of obtaining them. So as you can see right there, I just cast the ability to give you a decree. I have to kill 15 enemies with toxin procs. So starting off with the synergy of Koumei and what you want to do if you want to play her, I would recommend that you bring the Cedo shotgun with Koumei, because a lot of her decree quests require base elementals to be on enemies to be killed for the quest. So, as you can see, the Cedo does launch all 4 of the base elementals out, so it's basically a pseudo signature weapon for Koumei. So, we get 15 kills on enemies using the toxin that have toxin procs on them. You will get a decree that will hopefully be a good one and not a one that gives you double jump height or something terrible like that. So, once we get those decrees, you can see what variation we'll be getting here. Alright, so we got on critical hit, gain melee attack speed for 3 seconds. Now, the thing about Koumei's decrees is they are permanent until the end of the mission. Even if you die, you will keep these decrees. And not all decrees are created equal. Like I said, if you were like me, I was getting ones that actively hurt my build and made it worse. So, yeah, as far as other abilities, we've got the first ability on this build is going to be just like some status procs and an easy shield gate. These little cords can do a lot of procs on enemies and make them very easy to kill. The second ability is the one that gives you decrees. It goes on a very long cooldown if you cancel out the decree, which you can do. If you don't like the decree challenge they gave you, if it says like get 30 kills while wall latching, hold the button down to cycle the decree, and it's going to take 150 seconds sometimes, so just be aware of that when you do cycle it. The third ability is basically, what if Mesmer Skin only worked half the time? It's called, I don't even know what it's called actually. What is that ability called? It's called Omamori, and you basically, when you use the ability, you roll Koumei's dice. And if you get some good luck, you'll get lots of charges. If you don't get good luck, you'll get like no charges at all. That's where you're going to be using the shield gate, and well, actually it's going to be part when you're using the shield gate on Koumei. So, as you can see right here, we are living through Aegis procs. It is not, basically it's a coin flip. If it's a 50-50 chance. Is your Mesmer Skin stack going to work, yes or no? If the answer is no, you lose the stack and they damage you. If the answer is yes, it consumes a stack and it just negates the attack, basically. I'd recommend using shield regeneration sources on her because her shield gate is really bad, like really, really bad. And some of those decrees give you efficiency on abilities, which means if you're using a brief respite shield gate build, it actually makes it where your shield gate calculations are improper and you're not going to shield gate properly, just die. So I'm going to show you the wacky stuff I got on Koumei, and yet her 4th ability is very similar to her 1st usually, but it provides some CC and some other random elements. So yeah. As far as what we're doing here on the Koumei build, the shards are very weird, and the Magistar is really the star of the show, because I don't have to be worried about the Decree RNG, honestly. But yeah, as far as the shards here, we've got casting speed, 2 casting speed shards. If you are keeping her 4th ability around, this is going to be good, because her 4th ability has a really long animation. But it's also good for our current ability, because I am using her 1st ability to shield gate, if our shields ever do break, which they do sometimes it does sometimes happen. Since our shields are so horrible, we've actually got shield capacity shards on Koumei. After doing a bunch of shield gating math and, checking how much shield gate that is, how much shield gate that is, this is one of the only ways for her to get actually respectable shield gate in Warframe. Even Prime Redirection without these mods gives her like 600 shields. It's pitiful. So, with those shield shards, we have a 2.4 second shield gate, which is about basically 2.4 seconds of invincibility once our shields break. We've got shield regeneration mods to get our shields back quickly, but yeah, that's how bad her discount Mesmer Skin is. 50% block chance is not good enough for me. The final shard is a Equilibrium purple shard, giving us energy from every health orb we pick up. Since we've got Nourish, we'll multiply the amount we get and give us a ton of energy. We can basically just spam abilities infinitely. For the build on Koumei, it is going to be a slam attack focused build. And yes, this was the build I used for level 10,000. Now, as far as the mods we are using here specifically, you got Precision Intensify. Koumei does not need Power Strength on any of her abilities, really. It does not affect... It affects the base damage of her 1, it affects literally nothing on her 2, and it affects the heal multiplier on her 3. And if you had the 4th ability, it would affect the damage of the 4th as well. So, Koumei does not need much strength, but for Nourish, you do want strength to make the viral power higher. So, I'm running Precision Intensify. It only affects your 4th ability, and that's where my Helmet ability is, so it's the most power strength for that ability. We've got Archon Continuity. Since her abilities do random elemental procs, it can do Toxin. When the Toxin proc occurs with Archon Continuity, they will also occur a Corrosive proc. So it means some armor strip, making our hammer able to kill even better. Since we've got these shield shards and primary direction on here to get a good shield gate, we've got Fast Deflection and Vigilante Vigor, giving us a bunch of shield regeneration. This also is going to provide a set bonus to our Cedo that will help us kill enemies when we're trying to get those decrees. Rolling guard, just in case everything goes wrong, although we had a Revenant in our squad that was spamming Mesmer Skin stacks on me, so it might be kind of hard to tell in the footage what's actually happening, but the Revenant was just basically trying really, really hard to keep me alive, and they did a good job and kept me alive. So, yeah, but this is going to be for, when you don't have a Revenant keeping you alive, you can use these to regen your shield. With Arcane Aegis, you're going to be a shield regen master. Alright, Prime Flow. Probably not needed on here. She has a weird energy pool. I think it's like 2-2-2. Her stats are all over the place. 2-2-2 energy. Probably could work for our build because we're not really recasting that much. We're only recasting Koumei Himo a bunch. But yeah, we don't need to. So you could probably take out Prime Flow in the end for a different mod. Maybe the other slam damage mod, Nira's whatever. And for the final mods on here, we do have Nira's Anguish, which gives us increased parkour velocity. This is a very slow character, so something like this will help you. Although there are decrees that can make you move faster too. But yeah, the big thing here is increasing slam damage from slam attacks by 100%. There's another mod too, Nira's other mod, that will give you more slam damage. It will also give you health and duration. So you can put that instead of Prime Flow if you are okay with 222 energy, which probably would be fine, honestly. But yeah, for right now, I've got Prime Flow. That's what's used in the build video. And Molt Augmented to give us more power strength on Nourish. Of course, this is flexible. If you are doing a slam attack only build, there are more, optimal things to do. Like Arcane Fury would probably be better here for more melee damage. And like I said, Nira's Hatred over Prime Flow would probably work pretty well too. Alright, going over the rest of the weapons here, we've got the Cedo Shotgun. This is a Lavos' signature weapon. And as I said earlier, it is used because of getting easy decrees. We can use this thing to launch out the glaive. They'll take all 4 of the base elements, and then we'll be easily able to kill them for decrees afterwards. Hopefully it's not going to be a wall latch decree, but yeah, it might be. Yeah, we got Corrosive and Cold on here. It could easily change whatever you feel like. It's just pretty much an all-rounder build. Corrosive and Cold makes it very easy to armor strip and kill most enemies in this game. And so you don't have a Riven, just put on a multi-shot mod there instead. It's like the same thing, just a little bit worse. Alright, so moving on to the pistol. This was used quite a bit in the footage. It is the Furis Incarnon. And as far as the upgrades, we got Storm Burst, Practiced Grip, and Elemental Balance. The build is going to be a Fire Proc build. And yeah, you could use this to get the Fire Proc decree kills if you want to. Secondary Fortifier to give some Overguard, because, Mesmer Skin 50% of the time is not good enough for me, so I want some Overguard on top of that Mesmer Skin to make it a little bit more tanky. And yeah, it's just a Fire Proc build, basically. If you don't have a Riven for the Furis, you probably should get one. They're like 20 plat. You could get a good Riven for the Furis easily. But if you don't have a Riven for the Furis, maybe put an Elementalist or something there. Because I don't have that because my Riven is so ridiculously good. As far as the Magistar, this would be the star of the show. This is why you don't need any RNG on Koumei. The Magistar normal, with the Incarnons of Edge of Justice, Seismic Slam, and Critical Parallel. If you don't have a God Roll Riven, just put Glad or Might there instead. Now, yes, we are using the new Galvanized mods on the Magistar, and it's really, really good. Yes, you don't need to have... And also, I'm not using Crescendo anymore, guys. You don't need Crescendo anymore with these new Galvanized mods being really strong. So as far as what's so strong about these new Galvanized mods on the Magistar, we've got Galvanized Reflex, giving heavy attack efficiency. This means we drain less hits per heavy attack when we do a heavy slam. Also, we get initial combo per kill up to 4 stacks, giving us 80 initial combo. That means we can have a 5x multiplier on our Magistar at all times, like no questions asked. So that means you don't have to have a 12x, because honestly, you do so much damage, you don't need a 12x in this game. You need a 5x in this game, apparently, to be one-shotting level 10,000 enemies. You can see the footage right now. The other mod, Galvanized Steel, is going to give you less critical chance than Sacrificial Steel, but it gives you 120% critical damage alongside it. So since we have that, and also the 110% applies twice to heavy attacks, we could basically get a lot more damage compared to before, and we don't need a 12x anymore. We just need a 5x. So with the melee exposure arcane, after casting like 4 abilities, you get 240% increased corrosive damage, which means it gets multiplied by our crits. So I am doing a no melee crescendo, level 10,000 build right here. And yeah, it's quite nice. I mean, I'm not even like putting viral procs on them. They're getting basically killed in one hit. If I do put viral procs on them, it's like a 300 million damage overkill. So yeah, looks like Crescendo is no longer needed with these new Galvanized mods. And as far as the rest of the build, I've got Corrosive on there, but now that I've got Exposure on the build, maybe I should change it to like a Blast proc or something. But yeah, either way, these enemies, a lot of these enemies are weak to Corrosive, so just maximizing Corrosive is totally fine. Remember too that Radiation no longer has a bonus on armored enemies, at least against this faction. So yeah, max Corrosive is totally good to go. As far as the rest of the loadout for the Magistar, it is just a slam attack build. We basically jump in the air, slam attack, a heavy slam attack, and if we get 4 kills, we're back in business with our 5 initial combo, or our 5 combo multiplier. If we don't get those 5 kills, it's not that hard to get those kills anyway, even without combo multiplier, with a crazy strong slam weapon like this. Yeah, so as far as the decrees with Koumei, it can be kind of annoying sometimes, to be honest. When you are rerolling these, or when you are doing this decree ability on her, if you get a decree challenge that's really annoying, like get 40 wall latch kills and you've got a shotgun and a Furis equipped and a hammer, that can be kind of annoying. So as far as getting wall latch kills, I have been re-rolling the wall latch challenge. It's very annoying to me. It's not like it's not doable, but when they're level 10,000 enemies, I don't want to be wall latching. I could do it. I could. I don't want to be wall latching when the enemies are level 10,000 and getting 40 wall latch kills for a decree that says on finisher AoE fire proc that's like 10% of the damage. That's a lot of the decrees you get. There are lots of bad decrees for Koumei. That's why I had to make an OP enough build that you don't even need decrees for this one. In this run, I will let you know the decrees I got in this run. This is a 2-hour Void Cascade. I got double jump height increased. I got refund energy on ability cast, which I've got nourished. So I didn't even need that in the first place. I got finishers give you increased armor on my shield tanking build, which does literally nothing. And then, as I said, I got AoE fire procs on finishers. So thankfully, my build can do finishers. I'll be showing the Diriga build here in a second. But if you don't have a way to enable finishers, you don't have a way to do all this kind of random stuff, a lot of decrees on Koumei are useless. So that is part of her issue. If you are a lucky dog, you'll get double critical damage and double melee hits. If you're unlucky, you'll get double jump height instead. So would you rather have double crits or double jump? To me, I'd rather have double crits. But we are doing enough damage here that we don't really need double crits technically, which is the entire point of the build. Going on to the Diriga here. And yeah, if you don't have a God Warframe, just put on Gladden Light. If you don't have a God Warframe, put on Gladden Light. For the Diriga Sentinel, this thing is actually better than ever with the new changes. The buff, the Coolant Leak mod, made this have another proc. So just go ahead and showing how Diriga works now. We've got Arc Coil giving electric procs. We've got Coolant Leak, the newly buffed mod, giving cold procs. And we've got Manifold Bond. When an enemy dies with 3 or more procs on them, they will reset the abilities of this thing, basically, and let you able to do it again. And with Sith Deconstruct, enemies damaged by this Sentinel will drop health orbs, making it where we can get infinite energy very easily. We also got Guardian on this thing to restore our shields. Now we look at our Sentinel here. We've got electric and cold on Diriga, and then we've got it on our weapon too. Viral Puncture / Heat Impact Radiation. So all of those procs are going to be issued at the same time. And don't forget Shiver and Contagion, making those cold procs spread to the other enemies too. I said earlier we have a way to enable finishers with our loadout. That's going to be Arrow Periphery. Damaging enemy while aim gliding will enable finishers. And yes, you were looking at it right. I do not have my Riven equipped anymore on the laser rifle. The laser rifle was buffed, or rather the Prime laser rifle was buffed in the new update. You no longer need a critical chance Riven. Hooray! So we don't even need a Riven at all anymore on this thing to get the Tenacious Bond buff. We have a 50% crit chance with just Point Strike. So really good stuff there. Let's go ahead and show how many procs you can knock out with this thing. If we throw in Koumei's Threads of Fate, it will be even more procs, hilariously. Alright, so it's a jump over there with Diriga. And that's a lot of procs, as you can see. That's 2 rows of procs. If I throw my... Look at all those procs. That's so many procs. So, pretty good stuff there. And of course, you get a slam attack to destroy the entire area. No issues at all. So yeah, Galvanized Magistar, amazing. Koumei, very RNG dependent. If there was a way to pick decrees mid-mission with her to see what the good ones were that you were about to grab, that would be great. Actual Deviri. But since it's just whatever decree you get is what you get, I find her not to be the most fun. Right there, Bombastein's Malice, on headshot, AoE Toxin procs. I like that one, but we're talking high levels. It's not really that great. If you're remaining a melee, you're not getting headshots. Normal, you can get headshots with melee, but normally if you're doing a slap attack, it's not going to be a headshot most of the time. So a lot of the decrees are super useless for certain playstyles. Like again, double jump height. Like really? So there's bad ones. There's good ones too. But it's going to really depend on, like, every gameplay session with Koumei is wildly different. It's like, well, did you get double status proc damage this time, or did you get armors on finishers? Like, again, armor on finishers does nothing for me. I can't believe I even got the decree. Like, I should be able to, decline decrees, because some of them are actually a bad thing. The original version of this build that you're watching right now was a extremely fine-tuned shield gate, like the exact little point of math exactly on there. And then someone in my chat reminded me, hey Gaz, she has a decree that gives you ability efficiency. So that build would have fallen apart if I ever got the decree. So that's why I had to pivot to a different build that could work around those decrees. That would be a bad thing to a shield getting build that's finely tuned. This build is less finely tuned, but is more generalized to just be able to survive here. So hope you guys find the video fun, helpful. It's more about the Magistar than Koumei, because the Galvanized Magistar is nuts, and I'll be using that a lot going forward. Yeah, so enjoyed that. Galvanized mods are extremely good. I'm not using Galvanized Elementalist because it's not really a DOT build. It's like an insta-kill build, so let me know how you guys feel about Koumei in the comments down below. I hope she gets buffed, honestly. The biggest problem I have with her is her decree timer. The timer for her getting the decree is 150 seconds, which is an eternity in War. That's a little longer than submissions I play. So I think they should chop it down by like at least 30 seconds. Make it like 120 seconds, 100 seconds. Right now, there's no way to reduce the timer it takes to get the decree. Besides dying, you can actually die to reset the timer. And then, like I said, you don't lose decrees when you die, so you could technically do that if you want to, but that's kind of lame. So yeah, what you could technically do is you could get a decree, die on purpose, get a decree. You get like 4 or 5 decrees that way at the beginning of the mission if you wanted to, but that's so lame. Don't do that unless you want to. That's the only way you could do it. There's like efficiency does not make it go faster, duration does not make it go faster, strength doesn't make it go faster. It's just unfortunate. So yeah, I kind of wish she skilled with more stuff on her abilities, and I wish that there was ways to like get. How about an augment? An augment lets you pick one of 3 decrees. That would be great. But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, at least anytime soon. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace, all support, and take it easy. Peace.